The preview has been and gone, and now it's time to get the combined 11 done. As we all know, face Man City at Old Trafford this weekend. So let's get cracking. We'll start with the goalkeepers, De Gea or Edison. Feel free in the comments below to give your combined 11 if you so wish. Now, before the Crystal Palace game, Edison, I'm right in thinking, only conceded 4. But Crystal Palace really put them to the sword and really played very, very well. I don't think Man City had their shot on target, really, in vain. They had 2 goals ruled out for offside. You know, for Foden just off there. So that was unfortunate for them. But Edison, last season, I think he won the Golden Glove, keeping the most clean sheets in the Premier League. And when he gets the ball, he always likes to throw it forward or boot it forward to the right wing or the left wing. I bet nobody can tell me the last time David De Gea did what Edison does, because I can't recall it. I know Dean Henderson did that in the Carling Cup, or League Cup, or Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it, semi-final against Everton, where we won 2-0. But De Gea's never done that. So Edison's, for me, has to go in there. And obviously De Gea conceded 5 goals against our arch enemy, which still hurts like hell if you know the history between the two clubs. And people, it's like they've been in a coma for the last 8 years. De Gea hasn't just done, to say about Bacon, under Ollie. He did it under Mourinho previous, and previous to that under Louis van Gaal. Post Alex Ferguson, he has been probably the best player in terms of no outfield player getting picked for Player of the Year. De Gea was for about 3 or 4 seasons straight, and that's changed in the last couple of years. So it's not out of the ordinary. So why are people surprised with De Gea as keeping us afloat in the Premier League is anybody's guess. But for me, they're just talking absolute nonsense, and they're putting their love for De Gea and it's clouding their judgment. So Edison's going to be in the number 1 slot. Right back has got to be Kyle Walker. He gets in the England squad. Wamba Krapa never has. I've always rated Kyle Walker ever since he was at Spurs. I think he started his playing career at Sheffield United. He's not the sharpest tool in the box off the pitch, has to be said. But on the pitch, he's fantastic. He scores goals. He's got pace for days. If he's in the foot race with you, he's going to win that battle. He's very good at recovering. He's got an absolute cracker a couple of years ago against Newcastle, and he's got 2 goals I think he might have scored against Southampton as well at the Etihad. He's got everything at his disposal. Fantastic player. You know, won the Premier League. You know, back to back. How many players in the Man United squad have done that? Post Alex Ferguson. None of them, really. So I've always rated Kyle Walker, a very good player, fantastic talent, and he slips under the radar at times, but he rarely dips below a 9. I think he's fantastic, and he always puts his stamp on the performances, and he never lets anybody down. Centre backs. Well, 1 of 2 has got to be Ruben Diaz. They waited a year to get a centre back. They didn't want to spend the money on that bag of shite Maguire. They couldn't afford him. Can you believe that? Man City can't afford a player for £85 million. Well, obviously they're 100% the right decision. Whereas we had our pants well and truly pulled down because Maguire has never played well in any game. He's been shite in every single game he's had for Manchester United Football Club. And that will never change. I never praised him, never have, and I never will. And Diaz last season, his first season, won the Footballers' Writers of the Year award. He had a fantastic partnership with John Stones, which will be evident on Saturday. Didn't take much time to settle into the Premier League. Hit the ground running straight away. He's good in the air. He can control the ball. He can actually score a goal as well. I think he scored against Leeds. It was a De Bruyne through ball that picked him out. So he's got that his armoury. And I think Man City are good at corners as well, which we can't defend. So Diaz goes there. Alongside Varane, he won't play in the Manchester derby, unfortunately, because all you're going to knob it, wrist him needlessly, and now he's going to miss a month. Unbelievable. So that's two partnership in centre back. Left back, it's got to be Cancelo. It took a year for him to settle in. The other night he got a hat-trick of assists. Porky Pig could never. Cancelo scores goals. Porky Pig. Last time he scored for Man United was it Leicester on the opening day of Mourinho's last months in charge at Man United. Cancelo's got a fantastic pedigree. He was fantastic at Juventus, and he can pin a ball, he can hit a ball as well on the 6-yard box. If you don't close him down, as one from McTominay and Fred, by the way, then he will shoot and he will score. Fantastic player. He's got so many tricks at his disposal, and he's one of Man City's best players, so yeah, it'll be very important for them on Saturday as well. So that's the goalkeeper and the back four sorted. Obviously Man City play with one holding midfielder, so I'm going to go for Rodri there. Also, I'm going to put De Bruyne. I know he hasn't had the best of seasons. I think he only scored 4 goals last season. He's gone off the boil a lot in the last couple of years. I think Phil Foden's taken the mantle off him and probably the pressure off him. Phil Foden wasn't in the team, and if the media got their way and he was on loan and Man City didn't use him with Pep, then his attributes, De Bruyne's being on the wane, would have come into play and into practice. But Phil Foden's exceptional player, and he's schooled him and he's upheld him as well. Because Phil Foden is the future, and De Bruyne, maybe next year or two, will probably go. Man City will get rid of him. So that's that sorted. Up front, it's got to be Ronaldo. Goes without saying, Man City don't have a striker. We do. A fantastic quality. On one side, it's going to be Edison Cavani. I thought he was really, really good. Fantastic against Spurs. I mean, he and Ronaldo were the difference. You know what I mean? An old, ish player in terms of football, but he's got a fantastic brain, and he just scores goals. So Cavani on one side, and then it's going to be Rashford on the other side. He always likes to play in the Manchester derby, and in the middle of all that, it's going to be Phil Foden. I know people say, "Oh, we've got to put Jack Grealish there." He's not had a good season for Man City, Grealish, although he has scored and assisted more than Sancho has at Man United. I think Foden's an exceptional player. He is better than Greenwood. Straight down, period. No one can tell me that Greenwood's better than Phil Foden. Nobody. Because Phil Foden will get all the plaudits, because what happened in Iceland, not the supermarket chain, the boy became a man. He took the criticism head on, while Greenwood sulked and threw his toys at the pram like a petulant child. He only scored 4 goals last season, Greenwood. Phil Foden has got everything in his locker. You just can't track him. You know what I mean? You think you got him pigeonholed, and he goes past you in a flash. He's in pockets of space. He manipulates space. He's here, there, and everywhere. You can't track him. He's a fantastic player. So that's my combined 11. Just to recap: Edison in goal, right back Kyle Walker, left back Cancelo, centre backs Diaz, Varane, holding midfield player Rodri, and then you got De Bruyne. Across the front three, you've got Cavani, Phil Foden, Rashford and Ronaldo. So there is my pick of the combined 11 ahead of Saturday's fixture.